everybody, Rocktimus Prime here, back with another video review. Now today we are going to be taking a look at a figure that I've had approximately like 6 months. I lost him and I couldn't find him. I was this close to buying another one and then I found him. Well, to be honest, my mother found him in a basket of laundry. How he got there, I don't know. But today we are going to be taking a look at Titan's Return Hotrod. Hotrod. Coming in a little closer, just so you can see the figure here, he is a very nice toy, and there is a repro label set out for him that I may pick up at some point. So as you can see, Hotrod, looking very much like his Generation 1 self. His head does turn very nicely, although the head is an accessory, which I will get to. He has very nice rotation at the arms, although it does get blocked by his spoiler. So, you know, be careful with that. He has a rotational swivel at the elbow. He also has a single elbow bend, and his wrists move in and out. His waist does swivel, although on mine it's very tight. So, you know, you're not going to be twisting him willy-nilly and it's going to fall over like some of the Titan's Return figures. I'm looking at you, Skull Smasher. The hips are a ball joint. It's loose, but loose enough that it's you can pose it, but tight enough where it stays. A thigh swivel, a knee bend, and a toe pivot-ish. If you move his back panel out of the way, you can have his toe point, if you want to. Now that we've covered articulation, let's get on to some accessories. So Hotrod, like all the Titan's Return figures, does come with 2 little grey guns that you can tab together, but his is weird. You have to hold them like this, and then they like sort of, this tab goes on top, but then there's a tab that slides in here, and then this tab goes on top over here. So you have to like pry it in there. It's weird. It's not coming undone anytime soon, but here you have his double barrel blaster platform thing that you can stick any Titan Master in there and they will man it. Now his head, like all the other Titan's Return figures, is a little dude. You just flip him over and fold out the legs. Oh, and rotate the head round. And here you have little fire drive, completely unpainted, which I'm kind of bummed about. I really wish they did paint these guys, but his articulation, his arms go out, they go up, they go slightly out because they are on ball joints. His head does swivel left and right, up and down a little bit because that's on a ball joint as well. The hips do have a pin hinge through them. I'm getting better at saying that word. Pin hinge all the way through them, so they are one along with his knees, so you can have him sit and like. The only problem I have with Fire Drive is even if you put him up next to like, this is Brainstorm's companion, Brainstorm's brain, from a couple of years ago. He's so small, and like even compared to Nightstick, well, he's a head, obviously he's going to be smaller than a gun, but these are all supposed to be about the same size. I mean, just look at them, they're tiny now. And putting him next to his brother is just sad. Firebolt here dwarfs Fire Drive. So for some size comparisons, here we have Titan's Return Hotrod, and here we have the Classics Henkei clear version of the Classics Hotrod. And here is Titan's Return Scourge, Classic Cyclonus, and MP10. When I'm posing Titan's Return Hotrod, I do start to see that he can be a bit of a brick. Like if you don't bend his arms, he can look sort of mistransformed, like, oh, there's part of his color right there. But you just bend it in and twist it a little bit, or twist it out, and he looks fine. I do like the inner details here on his shins. I think that's a great use of negative space. The way that the back part of the vehicle folds in on his calves in robot mode is just fantastic. The only point of caution that I do say that I have is this giant yellow spoiler. It is a painted piece of black plastic that they just painted bright yellow, and they did a fantastic job, lads. It is fantastic. It's nice and shiny, and it's nice and bright, as Hotrod should be. I love the detail on his chest. The silver details on his engine there are awesome, and I love the subtle yellow flames on his chest, which actually getting him back here away from the light, he looks like he has a solid yellow chest, but he does actually have yellow and his chest is orange, much like in the animated movie. Where are my glasses, Hotrod?
You got the touch, you got the power.
transformed. And it is so cool. I really do dig the way this looks. It is so G1 Hot Rod. It is fantastic. And underneath it, you really only see his feet. But everything transforms, like these are the arms, and these are the legs, and this is the torso, which is actually here on the hood. And the only thing that really bothers me is this piece here is a little loose on my copy. And now, as I said, there is a repro label set out for this guy. And I don't have it yet. I don't know if I will, because I kind of like the way he looks. The wheels are a little black. I would like to spruce those up a bit. Like, almost all Titan Master, well, aside from one very obvious difference. The little canopy here can open. And little fire driver is sitting in there, although he's grey and unpainted. So he does blend in to the background a bit. Now, just getting Scourge here, you can see that his feet are blue and his little face is painted. Now, it's not a lot, but it's better than just having a grey blob that is fire driver. And the only other point of contention that I have against Titans Returns Hot Rod is the weapon mode. Now, unlike with Scourge, his weapon doesn't combine to form the top of his head, or like a lot of the Titans Return guys combine to form some part of the vehicle. No, they just clamp onto the side. I didn't make this toy. Although, where else is he gonna put it? Hey guys, Editor Matt here, and I just realized this a couple days ago, but there is another way to store his weapons. Now, if you have them in combined form like this, and you notice these two slots on the engine block, you just slot them in. Not only is this really easy to do, but it's also really easy to miss, but it's also a Generation 1 referential sort of gimmick. See, there's that front end falling on me again. But it is a Generation 1 throwback, because the original Generation 1 toy, at least the Target Master version, did this. So, I don't know why I didn't catch it in the review, but yeah, you can do this, and you can put the Target Master there if you really want to, but I have him in here driving. So, that's all I needed to say. Thank you guys, and I'm going to get back to editing this. And these are very... very squeaky to get out. For some size comparisons, in vehicle mode, here you have Hot Rod, and here is Scourge. Here you have Cyclonus, and the Henkei Clear Rocktimus. By the way, I just want to say, transforming this guy for this video, so that is really all I can say about Titans Return Hot Rod. Now, I do have Masterpiece Hot Rod, but he's over in my Masterpiece display, and I really didn't want to fiddle around and transform him. Now, he does have a second toy, second Masterpiece figure, but I think that one looks even worse than the first. I don't like that one at all. It does not do it for me. You guys can have it, whatever. Although if I see it for cheap at TFCon, I may pick it up, because I'm going to TFCon. As of right now. The last 3 years I've backed out of TFCon, but not this year. Anyway, this has been Rocktimus Prime with Titans Return Hot Rod, saying hope you guys have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this. Take care, guys.